Good afternoon. Start this off by saying that I am a person that believes very strongly that these major corporations, they're looking ahead 20, 30 years into the future. All right. I got up this morning. For some reason, I thought about this show used to come on Saturday mornings. It was called NASCAR 20. It's like a future version of NASCAR. I'm talking about like electric cars. They did like loop-de-loop tracks, and we had like jets on the side of them, all kind of crazy stuff. And I thought that was crazy. I never really watched that show. I think that even then they realized that there was a move away from NASCAR culture. That the things that got people to watch NASCAR maybe 20 years ago, at that point, that was starting to fade off. I'm talking about, really like toxic masculinity stuff, just all that arrogant, jingoistic bullshit. I think that's propaganda. I don't want to say they had a gay driver, but they had a lot of diversity in that show. That for the NASCAR world today, you'd be like, what? And that's because NASCAR is white supremacy. When they talk about climate change, they don't believe in it and everything. That's what they're talking about, is that it will affect too many of the destructive things they do. White supremacy. Anyway, I've always thought it was propaganda. That was a way to kind of like recontextualize that dominant culture, if you will. Anyway, NASCAR, what these guys are doing now, these corporations are doing now, is little by little, they're doing things that are more environmentally friendly, which to me means nothing. I mean, if you realize how little impact these things will do at this point or in a decade, is ridiculous. And like I said, it's because they know that the culture is changing. We're winning. Do you realize because you know why I say we're winning? Because they have to do all these disgusting, nasty things like Trump to get back at the left. Like, conservatives have nothing right now. They have nothing. The only thing they have is holding back the future. That's it. They've got no plans. They've got no goals other than they've been trying to destroy everything Obama did. That's all. That's all. And abuse people who are not a threat to them, i.e. the immigrants. That's it. That's all the right can do. That's all the right can do. That's all they're capable of doing right now. Period. I find that interesting. I really do. So this, I think this show was an example of that. And there's all kind of, there's a history, I've looked at them, of documents going back to the 70s. Exxon, other companies that knew that what they were doing contributed to climate change. They didn't call it that back then. That's what it was. It's kind of like talking about shell shock and battle fatigue. It's PTSD before they knew what that was. They knew that certain things affected the brain. Same thing with climate change. And they look ahead. They do, because they want to protect it. That's why you have corporations like doing little things now, because they're trying to get ahead of any legislation. They know we're going to win. They know we're going to get power. They know we're going to win. All the right can do is talk about tranny bathrooms, and Alex Jones can show videos of some cross-dressing guy in a GameStop having a tantrum. And actually make a 15-minute. Alex had a 15-minute clip, and he showed it. He showed it again, laughing, making little jokes at some cross-dressing guy in the store that wanted his money back. See, that's hate right there, man. That's hate. If the gay guy come in there acting stupid for no reason, I can see that. But this is another example of downplaying how homosexuals are treated. You don't know what that guy said to that guy. You don't know what he said to that dude. You don't know what kind of, snide little remarks he made before the video started. You don't know that. That dude wanted his money back, man. And really that, off subject, that really showed me that I don't need a following force ever again. The fact that that's their entertainment is sitting there mocking homosexuals. You know what I mean? I can see videos of those white guys going up in Starbucks talking about calling people, I voted for Trump, you trash, and things like that. And I can see videos of a white woman that dropped the drawers, she didn't do shit to do the cashier. Huh? Want to laugh at that? I'm not laughing at that. Why? Because that's mental illness, man. These people are losing. When I see them doing that and yelling Jews don't take our jobs off, I don't feel fear. It's a reminder of everything my grandfather told me about the Caucasian. Everything. I realized that he was right. He was right. That's all it is, man. When they say alpha, I don't look at them and, I'm scared. I look at them and it just reminds me that you are that same barbaric human being that your ancestors were. That's all it is. You ain't changed that much. What's happened is you have Caucasians that are starting to realize that they are hurt by the traditional capitalist system as well. That's what's changed. Is you have white people that realize that, wait a minute, this stuff don't benefit us. And that's not to say that they don't really, care about black people. That ain't my point. I look at when the water runs out. I look at when the cash runs out. I look at when, like if a dude is hiding from me somewhere, okay, what's going to happen when he run out of food and water? What happens when I turn off the air conditioning and get 100 and something degrees in the house? That's how I think. I look at the inevitable. And the inevitable is the Caucasians are not helped by Trump, by Trump's form of capitalism or foreign policy. Sure, it makes them feel better maybe that we're taking the world back, we're taking America. No, you're not. You're just going back to the same stuff your ancestors did. That's all it is. You're just trying to ignore the bad parts of it. But these guys, my dude I was training me, he was talking about making jokes about climate change. And I was like, you ain't got to worry about that because nothing's going to be done. Nothing's going to be done about climate change, man. Not in the conceivable future. Nothing big will be done. I'm not sure what they could do, but I can tell you nothing's going to be done. I bet on it. I'm almost willing to bet on it. Nothing will be done. Nothing significant. Nothing government-wise. You might have some states that do things. You might have some local areas that do some profound things, That's about it. I have no hope whatsoever about that. And one thing that gets me about Caucasians is that growing up, I always thought about them creating a world for their children, for their descendants. And now white people, it's almost like white people are saying, fuck their kids, and they, You know how a white man with a midlife crisis, he'll be like, all right, he'll say, fuck his kids, jump in the car and speed off with a Titan supermodel girlfriend. That's almost how white people are to me when it comes to climate change. I'm talking about your people in your 40s, your boomers. That's almost how they are. They don't have any thought about the future. And that's what makes me really believe white supremacy is done. Because white supremacy was always about creating a future for their children. Listen to what Joe Biden said when he had the federal crime bill back in 94. Go back and watch that video. That's white supremacy. Yes. Everything he said. Now, everything he said, that's white supremacy for your ass. That's it. That is it. That is it, sir. That is it. So, peace out.